All right, hey everyone, it's Justine. Welcome to a new video, and I thought I would come on and make this sponge shaker card with you. So today I was a part of a blog hop for Spellbinders, and I thought that I would come on live and make this card since I didn't quite have time to make a video for it. And I also wanted you to see this sort of holographic paper in person because it's just super fun. So Spellbinders came out with a few kits that for their Hello Summer party, and I was a part of a video on the Spellbinders website yesterday, and I was also part of the blog hop today, so super exciting. And let's get started making this card. It won't take very long, so don't worry about that. You know my cards are pretty quick and easy. So the first stamp I'm going to use is this one here, and they all come in sort of a bundle. And I have the link below in the video description if you're interested at all. Now this here, it's a little bit smaller than a it's about 4 by 5¼ ish, so it's perfect for an A2 size card. And I like to keep it just slightly out of the edge here, just so it gets to the end. And because I'm putting the frame around it, it actually doesn't matter that it might be a little off center, which is really nice. It allows for mistakes. Hello everyone that's saying hi. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking up at my phone as I do this. It might actually be easier if I stand up. So I'm sorry if the sound just changes briefly right now as I stand. Okay, so I know I never use my magnet, but because this is the size of my paper, I can't really use the magnet. So going to get started here. And I'm going to ink this up with some VersaMark ink. Hello everyone that's joining in. For everyone that's joining in, we're making this card here. And so I really like to be quite generous with my ink. I always like to make sure that it's all covered there. And no big deal if it's not, because the MISTI, you can stamp twice, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this down. I'm putting lots of pressure, especially around the corners. And then actually when it lifts it up, I like to go ahead and just smooth it over with my fingers as well, just to ensure that all areas are covered. I was doing this card and I had to stamp it a couple of times there to make sure. So this is just gonna guarantee everything's going to be, there we go. Sorry, you guys are all crooked here. So I'm just gonna lift that up, and you can't really see too much in the light, but I'm gonna grab some of this here. And I'm using some Mermaid tail embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. This is a super fun color, and since there's mermaids in some of the packs that are available for this release, it just kind of made me think of the Mermaid tail embossing powder. And remember, you can be as generous as you want with embossing powder because you can funnel it all back in. So it's picking up all of those details. And I'm going to, just for time-saving purposes and because I already know what I'm making, normally I would do this in 2 separate steps because I wouldn't know beforehand exactly what I'm making. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp the sentiment as well as the whale. So there's the whale. And I probably lost the sentiment because, you know, it's a live video, so there we go, found it. You know, when you go live, you just really get the full experience because, you know, I lose things just as well as everybody else. So just going ahead, and I'm going to ink all this up. So this is a solid whale. The stamp set also comes with an outline of a whale if you like to color. Also comes with some planets, a couple of sentiments, which are super fun. So there's a sneak peek of the card for those that are just joining in now. Super fun and shiny. Okay, so don't mind, my stamps were dirty before, so don't mind them. And just going to pour some of this embossing powder once again over top. So I didn't use an embossing bag, so I did get a little bit of stray here. So I'm just grabbing a dry brush and just brushing that away. Okay, now the magic happens with the embossing. Just going to kind of hang that over here. Does anybody have any questions so far about shaker cards or anything I'm doing? Okay, so I'm seeing some questions. So the kit that I'm using today is from Spellbinders. I have the link below in the video description. It's part of their Hello Summer party that they had. So they actually had some live videos go on Saturday that are still accessible. And they had a ton of different ideas. So they had a bunch of us designers on the live and we got to design some cards. So I actually designed quite a few cards using this kit. I'll show you 3 of them here. I did this very clean and simple gold one. This one here with a super cool background. So this one also has an embossing folder that's an add-on. And then I did the sponge shaker here that's just very plain. And yeah, so that's the Spellbinders kit. And then all supplies are listed below in the video description if you're unsure. They also have coordinating dies, which is also handy and helpful. And they're a super fun color, which I love. And the embossing powder is Brutus Monroe Mermaid Tail. I remember that being asked as well. Your embossing powders seem to blow away. I'm guessing, I'm not sure if you're using VersaMark, but I would suggest doing that. They just might not be wet enough to just really stick. And then it could also be the type of heat gun that you're using. So if you're using a heat gun that wasn't meant for crafting, that might be the case as well. And I do have some Wow embossing powders that I thought were embossing powders that do that. And actually there's glitter. So you have to make sure that what you're using is actually embossing powder. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick that on here, run it through my machine. So I'm also going to be using, now you could use a or a paper trimmer for this, but I do have this die here. And this is from My Favorite Things. And they actually have some of these shaker pouches that are already available for shaker cards. And this is the A2 size. And they have these shaker pouches. If you go to the MFT website, I have links below in the video description. They have like clouds, martini glasses, wine glasses. They have so many of these different types of shaker pouches. They're a really good price. I think there's 10 of them in the pack and they're $4.99 for this really large one. But I think the smaller ones are a little bit on the cheaper side as well. So now I have my whale, it's already here. I've got my shaker pouch all ready to go. I just have to go ahead and die cut this super fun holographic paper. This is from Tonic Studios. I'm pretty obsessed with it. And as I said, the shaker frame is completely optional. It is pretty easy to just go ahead and do it if you want to, and just with your paper trimmer. You don't necessarily need the shaker. So I see some people are mentioning my class in the video, in the comments there. So if you haven't signed up for my class yet, be sure to do so. It is a class on techniques and techniques only. I think it's going to be super fun and I'm really looking forward to it. So what it is you're going to create a binder full of techniques. And that way, when you go to sit down and card make and you don't know what to do, you can open up this binder and you can just simply look at it and see what technique you feel like doing. If you're interested in that at all, I have videos on it. It's on my blog if you want to sign up. And I have links to my blog below in the video description, or you can click on my name for the channel and it'll take you to my channel and you'll see the whole video explaining everything. So now that I'm finished getting distracted, I'm gonna go ahead and die cut this frame. And I'm going to trim my sentiment. I am so sad that this trimmer is retiring, you don't even know. I bought so many extra blades. It's not even funny. When's the class gonna start? It starts July 1st, but you can access it at any time. So if you're busy this summer, not a problem. I'm planning on kind of pre-filming a bunch of months in advance come the first week of the summer, because I'll be away for a little while. So you really can work on it at your own pace. So the cool part about the frames die is you have this whole big piece here that I can go ahead, I can use at any time. Oops, got that tape on there. Stickier than I thought it was gonna be. And I can go ahead and use this. So, you know, it's not really wasting anything. All right. So now I'm just going in, I'm gonna fold up my card base here. And then stick on my embossed background. And I'm not really super concerned about it being centered. As I said, that frame is going to cover any sort of insecurities on that anyway. And now this is also a part of the kit, is the Starry Night sequins, at least I believe it is. It came with the bundle they sent me, so I hope so. And I'm just gonna pour a healthy amount on there. And it's really up to you, you know, how much you wanna put in your shaker. The only key I find with the shaker pouches is that if you're using beads or any sort of 3D things, just to make sure they're not one on top of the other, because it can get a little bit messy. Anyway, I had made this card this morning for the blog hop, and then automatically I knew the first thing was gonna be, where's the video? It's very rare that I make a card without a video. I just didn't have time. So I thought, you know what, I'll come on live and make one, why not? As I, you know, show you all my mistakes and the realities behind me actually card making. Okay, so I'm just gonna go along here. I'm going to just seal that with my finger, making sure there's nothing obstructing anything. It's not moving around too much. And this does take, you know, a couple of seconds here to dry, just because it is plastic, but I do recommend liquid glue here. And then you just take your frame. I mean, you can leave it as is if you wanted to. Oh, fun. You were at Sandy Alnock's class, I'm guessing, for the one in the Copic class. That looked like a lot of fun. I've taken a few of her online classes myself. She's really great. Definitely an artist that is beyond my capabilities. So just going along here, just making sure that that's all down. I'm just using my bone folder to help me along with that. So now the whole background is finished. So you can see here, and I love against the light. And if you look at my blog for some more photos of this project, you'll see like it really photographs like a rainbow. It's really quite neat. I'm just gonna add some glue here onto the whale. I love how when I do live videos, like so many people know each other and everybody starts talking to each other. It's so nice. It relieves me from answering all questions too. Okay, so that's all finished. And then last but not least, the sentiment. So I'm pretty much all done making this card. Now I have two of them. There we go. Perfect, all done. So if you are watching this video, whether it's live or in the replay, if you wait until the video gets published on my channel, which will be just as soon as I end this live, it'll come up within a minute or two usually. And I'm actually gonna send these two cards out to one of you. So if you are interested, just leave a comment on the video once it's published, not right now, just because it's really hard for me to see those comments when the video goes from live to published. and I will send these out to 2 lucky people that are watching. Just leave a comment and I'll contact you within the next day or 2, letting you know if you're a winner. Thanks so much everyone for watching and joining me here on how to create this card. There's 2 cards, or this 1 card idea, 2 cards of the same. Thanks so much for watching everyone, and don't forget to sign up for my class if you're interested in more techniques, and I will see you soon for another live video. Bye-bye.